what is the biggest thing that you find that you walk into a situation and you're like, this is the first thing, this is where I usually start with, say, a 2-year-old. That's because I'm guessing most 2-year-olds, the parents have tried,
Yes.
and they've probably by the time they phone you, they might have, let's say they have, I don't want to say failed spectacularly, but they at least haven't had the success they wanted. So what do you find is the first thing that you talk to a toddler about and say, listen, this is what we're going to be doing?
So with parents of 2-year-olds, and I get a lot of 2-year-olds, often what happens is that the parents have tried to fix the situation by giving more.
Mm-hmm.
So when little Joey doesn't want to sleep, he wants to go in the living room and watch cartoons till 10, and then he passes out on the couch. So that's what we're doing.
Okay, yeah.
Little Bobby wants me to lay next to him and pat his back until he falls asleep, and he keeps waking himself up. And so they feel, because we used to rock our babies to sleep, we used to put babies to sleep, and at some point our babies have to learn how to put themselves to sleep. And so everybody reaches that breaking point at a different time. Like, so for me, it was, 12 months. Some of the times it's 2 years. And so they give and give and give and give, hoping that if they give the right magic ingredient, the child will just happily fall off to sleep. But that doesn't usually work, right? At some point, reining it in is the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
So the 3 things I focus on when I work with toddler families, first is mindset. Like I was just saying, you're the parent, you're the adult, you set the tone. How do you envision the night going? What is your goal here? Because my goal and your goal could be different, and that's okay.
Sure.
Right? What I think is intolerable could be great for you, and vice versa. So, but you have to be ready. You have to be confident that this is the right thing to do and a healthy thing to do. You have to be able to fake calm, because if your child senses your anxiety, they're going to think that they're doing something scary.
Yeah, they'll pick up on it.
Yelling at an upset child will not get you anywhere. Fake it. I get it. I have a hair trigger temper sometimes, but I have to fake calm, or I swap out with my husband, who's a lot calmer than I am. You have to make sure that you stay connected. It can be really easy to want to disconnect from a child who's driving you crazy, but you have to fill up that emotional cup so that you feel good the day, and you have to stay consistent, which leads me into number 3, right? Consistent boundaries all day long, right? So once you've decided that you're going to sleep train, with a toddler, it's not as simple as, fixing the schedule, which is one of the things we do, not just as simple as like white noise machine, blackout curtains. Okay. A lot of toddlers are in beds, either appropriately or prematurely. They have bigger rooms. They have more determination. They have more stamina. A toddler is a much bigger personality than a baby.
Yeah, sure.
So you have to be ready to direct that energy all day long. If you have boundaries during the day, but not at night, obviously bedtime is going to be a circus. No boundaries during the day, and then try to, bring down the hammer at night, your kid's going to be like, what is nonsense? Right? Like, who are you trying to boss around here, people? So those consistent boundaries all day long will help, keep the flow, the routine that you mentioned, right? Super important. Kids like to know what's coming next. Bedtime routine is like one of the fundamentals. I can't stress this enough, how important it is to have a bedtime routine. I have a blog post about it. Not a great consistent blogger, but that one was really important. And if you're curious, definitely go check it out. It doesn't have to be long. It shouldn't be long. Some parents get sucked into, doing a whole hour and a half routine where they have to touch the light and say goodnight to every stuffy in the room. And, do that, go here, go there, socks on, socks off, socks on, socks off, this blanket, that blanket. Like, no,